of the media. As you may be all aware, that the chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency Dr. Musa Faki Mahamat, successfully undertook his maiden visit to Zimbabwe from 18 to 20 February 2018, which is today. He was accompanied by the AU Commissioner for Political Affairs, Her Excellency Ambassador Minata Semate Kosuna, and senior policy advisors. The purpose of the visit was twofold. Firstly, to enable the African Union Commission chairperson an opportunity to gather first-hand information regarding the onset of the new dispensation since November 2017. Secondly, to assess Zimbabwe's preparedness for the 2018 harmonized elections. The chairperson and his team paid courteous calls on the President, His Excellency, Comrade Idi Mnangagwa, former President, Comrade Mugabe, the Speaker of Parliament, and Honorable Advocate Jacob Mudenda. He held fruitful meetings with myself, the Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, the Minister of Industry, Commerce and Enterprise Development, and also the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. During the various meetings, the government took advantage of the visit to update the African Union Commission chairperson on the economic and the political reforms being undertaken. Dr. Mahamat had an opportunity to deliver a lecture on African solutions to African problems at the Zimbabwe National Defense University. The African Union Commission chairperson toured the Heroes Acre this morning, where he paid his respects to the fallen heroes. In terms of some outcomes of the deliberations, the chairperson of the African Union Commission congratulated the people of Zimbabwe for demonstrating political maturity during the peaceful transition. He paid tribute to the country's strong institutions, which provided legal and legislative oversight during the transformation. He reaffirmed the African Union's Commission's unequivocal support for Zimbabwe's new dispensation, particularly the ongoing economic and political reforms. Dr. Mahamat welcomed the President's commitment to holding free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. He concurred with the new administration that successfully conducting the 2018 harmonized elections would end the country's isolation and unlock development assistance from the international community. The African Union Commission undertook to lobby for the removal of these sanctions and any other form of restrictions. The chairperson of the African Union Commission also seized the opportunity to visit the African Fertilizer Center, which requested the Commission's support in its activities. He also signed a memorandum of understanding with Africa Capacity Building Foundation. Following this memorandum of understanding, the African Capacity Building Foundation would become an agency of the African Union Commission. The Commissioner for Political Affairs, Ambassador Minata Sesuma, also held fruitful discussions with the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, Justice P.M. Chigumba, and expressed satisfaction with the Zimbabwe's preparations for the upcoming 2018 harmonized elections. The African Union Commission offered to provide technical assistance towards the 2018 elections and agreed to continue working closely with the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission before, during, and after the elections. The African Union Commission pledged support for the government's economic and political reforms in accordance with the African Union Constitutive Act. And the African Union chairperson also welcomed the government of Zimbabwe's re-engagement efforts with bilateral, regional, and international stakeholders with a view of normalizing strained relations. He called on the international community to support Zimbabwe's economic recovery and development efforts. The chairperson expressed appreciation to the new administration for taking care of the welfare of the former President, Comrade R.G. Mugabe. And Zimbabwe, as a member of the African Union, reaffirmed its commitment and active participation in the activities of the continental body in order to achieve the noble goals of Agenda 2063. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. We will proceed with the statement from the AU Commission Chairperson, Dr. Mohammed.
Thank you. Je voudrais remercier les autorités zimbabwéennes qui nous ont accueillis, moi-même et l'importante délégation qui m'accompagne pendant nos 3 jours de visite ici à Harare.
Thank you. I would like to begin by thanking the authorities of Zimbabwe, which received us very well, and receiving myself and the delegation accompanying me over the 3 days of our visit.
Je suis supposé venir déjà depuis je peux dire que je suis satisfait de cette visite en 3 jours qui m'a permis de faire le point de la situation avec les autorités du pays.
Indeed, I was to come on the visit in December, but because of the agenda and the program that did not make it possible, so I had to postpone my visit. But I want to say that I'm satisfied with the 3-day visit that we have had, and we have, together with the authorities of Zimbabwe, taken stock of the situation that obtains.
J'ai eu l'occasion de rencontrer plusieurs ministres, y compris bien entendu le ministre des Affaires étrangères, le ministre de la Justice, le ministre du Commerce et de l'Industrie. Nous avons rencontré le speaker, nous avons eu l'occasion d'échanger avec les participants à l'université militaire, et j'ai eu également l'occasion de voir le président actuel, et j'ai également rendu une visite de courtoisie à l'ancien président Mugabe. Je peux dire globalement que nous sommes satisfaits de cette visite, à l'occasion de laquelle les autorités ont réaffirmé leur engagement à ouvrir l'espace politique et démocratique dans ces pays, et surtout d'organiser des élections libres, crédibles et transparentes.
I would like to say that I've been able to meet with different ministers, the Minister of Foreign Affairs himself, the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Trade and Industry, and the Speaker of the Parliament, and also with the participants at the Zimbabwe National Defense University. And I've also met with the current president and also the former president, Mr. Mugabe. And I want to state that I'm generally satisfied with the visit and the discussions that we've had, and also the authorities of Zimbabwe have committed themselves to the various actions, and also to open up the political and democratic space so that free, and they have also committed themselves to ensure that free, fair and credible elections are organized and conducted in the country.
Je crois que les Zimbabwéens ont demandé plus de liberté, plus de démocratie dans leur pays. Les autorités de la transition ont répondu positivement. Nous savons que ce pays a connu des sanctions pendant pratiquement 2 décennies. Il faut qu'on travaille ensemble pour la levée de ces mesures pour permettre à ce pays qui a des potentialités avérées de pouvoir reconstruire son économie et jouer le rôle qui est le sien, non seulement au niveau régional, mais au niveau de l'ensemble du continent.
The Zimbabweans have been asking for more freedom and have been asking for more democracy. And the authorities of the transition have responded positively. And as you are aware, this country has been subjected to 2 decades of sanctions that have been imposed, and therefore we need to work together so that this country can really harness the potential that it has for the economic development of the country, and that Zimbabwe can play its role not only at the regional level but also at the continental level.
L'Union africaine est prête à accompagner le Zimbabwe dans son processus démocratique, électoral. La commissaire aux affaires politiques qui m'a accompagné a rencontré la présidente de l'organe en charge de préparer les élections. Une équipe de l'Union africaine viendra ici pour travailler avec cet organe. Nous sommes en train de mobiliser les autres partenaires et donc les Zimbabwe peuvent compter sur le soutien actif de l'Union africaine pour la préparation de cette importante échéance.
The African Union is ready to support Zimbabwe in the electoral process that will unfold, and the Commissioner for Political Affairs has met with the head of the Electoral Commission, and the team of the African Union will be coming to Zimbabwe so that it can continue to work with that organ, that is the Electoral Commission. And the African Union also is mobilizing partners so that they can actively support Zimbabwe in this process and also to have the elections organized.
J'ai également eu l'opportunité de visiter un certain nombre d'institutions de l'Union africaine qui sont ici au Zimbabwe. Le Centre pour le développement des engrais. J'ai visité la fondation qui travaille pour le renforcement des capacités en Afrique et qui est devenue un organe spécialisé de l'Union africaine. J'ai visité également un centre régional pour le développement de l'Internet. Et juste avant de venir ici, l'occasion m'a été donnée également, parce que c'est ma première visite au Zimbabwe, d'aller voir la place des zéros. Nous avons pu nous ressourcer sur ces patrimoines communs dans la coopération, non seulement de ces pays, mais de cette partie du continent.
I've had the opportunity of visiting some institutions of the African Union that are also based here in Zimbabwe, like the African Fertilizer Development Center, and also the AU Foundation, which is dealing with capacity building and which has now become a specialized agency of the African Union. And also I've been able to visit the Regional Internet Center, and since it is my first visit, I have been able to also visit the Heroes Acre in order to draw inspiration from what we see the common legacy that has been bequeathed to us, and therefore these are the heroes that are concerning not only the country but also the continent.
Et donc, je suis prêt à répondre à vos questions, mais globalement, j'ai dit que nous sommes satisfaits de cette visite qui nous a permis de faire le point et surtout de nous mobiliser auprès du peuple du Zimbabwe et de ses autorités pour préparer les prochaines échéances qui vont certainement donner plus d'espace, de liberté, de démocratie et de développement au Zimbabwe.
I'm ready to reply to the questions that you will ask, but I want to repeat that I'm generally satisfied with the visit and the work that we've had with the authorities of the country, and also to prepare and support the country for the forthcoming election that will be organized, which will give greater space for democracy and also development in the country.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed. I think we will now proceed by way of questions from the press. We'll take 3 questions. We'll ask you to first identify yourself, your agency, then you make your question very short and brief. Please restrict yourself to 1 question per person. Thank you. Yes, Judith, I see you there. Judith.
Judith Makwana, Zimbabwe Broadcasting Center, and I wanted to find out what exactly the support to give to Zimbabwe in the preparations for the elections. You spoke of mobilizing support in preparation for the elections.
I'm Bettina Machinga, News Agency. In your meeting with the former President Robert Mugabe yesterday, did he say anything about the new dispensation in Zimbabwe?
She stole my question. Okay. Yes, that's the last question now.
Everson Mishaba Newsday. I just wanted your comment on the differing positions on interpretation of the new dispensation in Zimbabwe between the African Union and the US.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed.
Que nous apportons généralement à nos États membres dans une période de transition et pour la préparation des élections consiste à un soutien technique au département des affaires politiques qui est en charge des élections, envoie une équipe avant les élections entre 30 et 45 jours pour travailler avec l'organe qui est en charge d'organiser les élections, un appui technique. Nous mobilisons également les autres partenaires, soit pour le financement, soit pour un appui technique, soit pour les deux ensemble. Et c'est ça le rôle que nous allons jouer ici. Nous allons travailler avec l'organe qui est en charge des élections pour essayer de leur faire bénéficier de l'expertise de l'Union africaine pour mieux organiser les élections.
The support that the African Union gives to its member states during a period of transition and also when preparing for elections is a technical support that we give. That is the expertise of the African Union sent by the Political Affairs Department so that they can work together. Normally a team is sent also some 30 to 45 days before the election, so that these experts they can work together with the organ in charge of organizing and conducting the elections in the country. We at the same time mobilize partners that can also help in financing the process and also give technical assistance, or both at the same time, that is the financial assistance as well as the technical assistance. This will be our role, the role of the African Union. That is the experts and to make the organ in charge of organizing the election benefit from the expertise of the African Union in the organization, preparation and organization of the elections.
J'ai rendu une visite de courtoisie au président Mugabe. Je ne peux pas venir personnellement au Zimbabwe pour la première fois et ne pas rendre visite à une personnalité comme lui. Je crois qu'il fait partie des héros de la lutte de libération de ce continent. Je crois que c'est un héritage commun à l'ensemble du continent, d'ailleurs reconnu par le niveau des autorités. Et donc je l'ai trouvé, on a échangé, je l'ai trouvé lucide. Il m'a dit pourquoi il a remis sa démission, pour que son pays reste en paix et pour tout évolue. Et j'ai apprécié et j'ai échangé vraiment de manière très dégourdie avec lui.
Yes, I paid a courtesy visit to former President Mugabe. Since it was the first time I was visiting the country, I could not go and meet him. So it was a courtesy visit that we had. And since President Mugabe forms part of the heroes who have fought for the liberation of the continent, it's a common heritage for us. And therefore, and this is also recognized even by the authorities of the country. We exchanged views. I found him to be very lucid, and he also explained why he had resigned. It is for peace and the development of the country, and he agreed to. So we appreciated very much, and we did discuss very much at ease.
Ce qui concerne la transition qui a été pacifique, je crois que tout le monde l'a constaté, conforme aux règles du pays, nous, à l'Union africaine, nous avons une responsabilité qui est celle d'accompagner nos États dans la paix et dans la stabilité. Je pense que les partenaires doivent respecter l'indépendance et la souveraineté des États africains. Ça, c'est notre position. Et s'il y a des changements anticonstitutionnels, également, nos règles ont été claires et nos mécanismes se mettent en place. Ça n'a pas été le cas. Et donc, il est de notre devoir d'accompagner ce processus pour qu'il aboutisse à ce qui a été exprimé et publiquement par le peuple du Zimbabwe.
We have said that, and everybody has noted that the transition in the country has been a peaceful transition according to the laws of the land, and it is the responsibility of the African Union to support and accompany countries in such situation in order to make sure that there is peace and stability in the country. And all others have to respect the sovereignty and the decisions of the country. If there is any unconstitutional change of government, then we also have our instruments, we have our rules, then it applies in that case. And since we are here to support the country in transition, and this transition has been publicly supported by the people of Zimbabwe, therefore we are here to support the authorities.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed and Honorable Minister. This marks the end of our press conference. Thank you.